to hop up into the live because we about to vibe. This is going to be one of those metaphysical, esoteric readings. As you can see, it says Water Spirit and the Gift because those are the two cards you have here. I was literally doing a um, reading earlier today that I was going to post as a premiere, and the Water Spirit came out then too, along with number 9, the Angel Key, and 23, Kindred Spirit. Like I said, let me wait for y'all to hop through. I'm going to put this up for those who have asked. And thank you, listens to you, beloved, for your currency exchange always. You already know. Blessings back onto you, infinite fold. Yes, yes. Just give me a second while I give y'all a few. Hello, my goddess. So I'm not even gonna make this live long because I want y'all to take what y'all resonate with from this, because this is for those of you who have a strong connection to water spirits or water gods and goddesses, or you use water constantly when it comes to a tool of divination. Because at the bottom of the deck I have the seer, and there's something about that because under that is Temple of Dreams and the Dawn Watcher. Some of you could be waking up like at 3 a.m. recently. You can have been waking up at 3 a.m. recently. This speaks of sacred dreams, prophecies, and dream journeys. Look how beautiful this card is, Joe. I love this card. So I feel like in this moment, there are things that are working for you behind the scenes. And it's something about the daytime that they want you to utilize your abilities more, especially when it comes to the water spirit, because it speaks of a legit um, uh, being that will show itself to you through water because you're ready to see that. So, and then you have the gift here, okay? Because this type of water spirit, as clear as it's going to come through, it won't come to you if it senses within your emotions, your water within your body, that you're going to have fear connected to it or you're going to be surprised by it. So this is somebody who's advancing in their abilities for sure. Okay. Let's get into that messages. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe, Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me for you, and I collect to use our mind's eye to see, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Shoot. Let me pull some astrology cards off of this here, because this also could speak of, all right, either this is someone you're connected to that is a water sign and they're big 3 sun, moon, rising, and they're also a high priest or high priestess. Either they have a physical gift for you or a verbal, a message that's going to come across as a gift, which could also be a warning. Okay. So some can come across to you as warning you about something, and that is the gift. That is a wonderful gift, if you ask me. But because 43, it speaks of Ebiasaph when you look into the biblical text and the metaphysical aspect of that. Let me go back to it because I was just looking at 39, number 39, which is Abimael, which is a father from God. So this could be some of you a godfather. One of the specific characteristics of a person coming through too is someone who is not able to produce or have children only because they're connected to a specific womb to do so, or vice versa, divine feminine. If you haven't had children yet, it's because it has to either be a certain energetic level or being that you would have to connect to that your womb is going to say yes to. So let me see something here. So 43, the water spirit, it speaks of Ebiasaph. It's a descendant of the tribe of Levi. That's, hold up, that's Haiti. Hold on. Yeah, Haiti. Okay. A descendant of Levi, Ebiasaph, which speaks of the father of gathering, of thought and consciousness of a kind that gathers together or draws together. Such thoughts belong to the love, Levi, nature in the man, Levi, nature in the man. They are of a harmonizing character and they help to hold the organism together. I just heard the rise of Haiti. Okay. Let me see what was good. What is this water spirit connected to? For the collective? Water spirit for the collective? Water spirit for the collective? Your 10th house. I love that. I love that because it speaks of you. Oh, you hear generational wounds, and now you're able to come full circle Capricorn world energy. I was about to say world star. Look, world energy. Hello. You stepping outside the box of the world. That's how I'm gonna look at that. Because the world is a box. Box is 4 corners. The star got 5 points to it, minimum. Ain't that something? How a star has a minimum of 5 points to it. And then you got the 7th house of relationships are involved here, like love, relationships. So, okay, some of you, you're being gifted with a relationship with someone who can see beyond worlds. And your dreams, they have been telling you a lot about the different choices. I'm seeing the 7 of Cups now. Different choices you may have access to. Not may have access, so you do have access to, but you're realizing you have access to. And they're seeing you too. Because this is the season for divine counterparts to come together. It's the harvest season. This full moon in Pisces is the full moon of harvest. One of the full moons of harvest. Beginning the season of harvest. Let's see what else comes through here. Let me see. Some of you are replaying an ancient story of your own. and you're seeing which ones they are based off of your feed on social media. Some of you know this already, some of you aren't even aware of that. Pay attention to that. A lot of these ancient stories that pull through because it got something to do with you. Was pulling up on your feed. Look at that, Saturn. The part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. I just heard follow the yellow brick road. And look at this masculine energy here, oh Father. Brick by brick. Brick by brick, what? Let me see. Brick by brick, you have been rebuilding your core values, because this is also connected to Taurus energy, which is a master builder energy based on core. 1111. Oh, heard you. 512. You see what 512 talking about? Come on, let's go. 512 says, El Koshite, God the ensnarer, a native and or descendant of El Kosh, location unknown. El Koshite. Now, let me see what El Koshite talking about though. El Koshite, bow of God, my bow, that's bow and arrow, is God. Your bow and arrow is God. That's the ebb and flow, contraction, and extension. Inclined of God. Let me see. My defense, might, power are of God. Spirit. Bow is God. A bow represents the power of the will to act and to direct the consciousness. My willingness to do God's will. Now, will has to do with the fifth house, Leo energy, solar plexus, or your soul. Is also the result of the activity of spirit in my consciousness, inclined of God. So, knowing your purpose as a God and goddess. Some of you could have Venus in the 10th, Saturn in the 10th. There's no reason why material abundance, not that there is no reason why, but your values and the way you make use of your core values, it generates wealth for you. That's a gift you have. Even if there are situations that could possibly be overwhelming. You could also be someone who doesn't have dreams often. But when you do, you have to really pay attention to that. Because that's the moment that you are in alignment to all versions of yourself in different realms. And the moment you decided to tell yourself within your soul, let's reconnect to where we came from, even if you don't consciously know that or are aware of that. Sagittarius, house of divination, 9th house. Let me get one more here. This water spirit though, I don't know if some of you keep bowls or glasses of water near you. You should. Or let's say if you take like a spiritual bath or a bubble bath, there are gonna be 1, 4, 4, 4 on a timer. There's gonna be images of beings that show themselves to you. This is why I'm telling you to pay attention to these ancient stories that you may see that pop up on your feed, because something about that is in connection to who you are or your ancient soul that's showing up to you now in the waters when you take your baths and stuff like that. Or, like I said, if you got water around you, whether if it's a lake, a beach, a river, whatever it is, like get something about get by water, get by a water sign that you trust. You know what I'm saying? Because they may activate certain ideas. Your immortal spirit, the sun comes out. Purpose, destiny is involved. Therefore, solar plexus, the spirit, your purpose, and your soul has your mind, your emotions, and your willpower. Fifth house energy. I'm going to see something. Jupiter expansion, which is retrograde. So you're going within right now to see where or what has been blocking you in order for you to expand effortlessly. 3, 3517. Give me a second. Heaviness, difficulty. Okay. So that's a confirmation off of that. Kebedut. What did it say? 3517? Yeah. 3517. And okay. Some of you masculines, I know you work out, but make sure y'all hit leg day. Don't annoy me with just the upper body. Can't stand seeing that shit. The masculines don't do upper and lower body. Like, it don't make no damn sense. Anywho, 3517. We can create our own world, is what it says. Focus all your energy on your work. All power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Wow. The book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 34. What you talking about? What chapter? Is it? Romans 11, verse who? 34? As the scripture says, who knows the mind of the Lord? Who is able to give him advice? Who knows the mind of the Lord? Who is able to give him advice? So, as within, so without. When it comes to when it comes to speaking of God, because this is a chapter specifically with this verse involves the praise to God, the praise to yourself, the I am that I am. Now, who knows the mind? Who knows your mind of the Lord? The Lord has a lot to do with the authority of spirit, the authority you have of your purpose. Who knows the mind of your purpose? You. Who is able to give advice? Whomever you choose or allow to give you advice based on what they know about you, and you are only going to be given as much as you're only going to be given as much advice as you are expressing about yourself, unless you're talking to a seer, where we're going to pull out what it is that you're asking advice for. Okay, so some of you are realizing that that's the gift that you have, because a lot of people come to you to ask you for advice. But when they ask you for advice, they're not telling you the complete story, but you have an ability to. You see, you hear this shit in the background. just feel like you're going to encounter someone, because as often as I say no one is here to understand you, some of you still have these conversations with people to get them to understand you. But you're about to meet somebody who says that to you. You don't have to explain yourself to me. Some of you can get offended by that, though. It depends, because subconsciously rising up to the consciousness, you can see where it's not coming from a genuine space. But if that's the case, it's because you're not being genuine with yourself. So this is why you're attracting this outside of you. So if you see yourself attracting things or being presented with things that you know no longer serves you, and it shows itself back to you, and you know for sure that this ain't you no more, well, this is the moment for you to put your foot down, because you haven't done that yet. So it shows up as if you're bringing forth a condition that allows that to come in. 2121, and as I started talking about that, was 2112. So let's see. 5:22, that's the time I started the live yesterday. Was going to start the live yesterday, and the dog was barking. And I realized that same dog was barking. I looked outside. It was a little puppy that was barking because he was walking with his owner, who was a lady that had to use can't even think of the word right now, but she needed assistance to walk herself, and it was just barking to get, the car, to make the cars aware, like she's crossing the street type of thing. Because as soon as she crossed the street, it stopped working. We got marriage here, number 3. We got 33 here, which is a master teacher. Some of you are reconnecting with your twin flame to teach others about the twin flame journey here. I'm seeing Aries energy, Virgo energy with the number 4 and number 9. Occupation. Either you don't have to work as much, or the result of a marriage is allowing you to not have to work for somebody else. Whoever you are, yeah, the main male's at the bottom of the deck. Now, the way this is showing up here, this is showing me the Saturn symbol with the 4 in reverse. And Saturn is here. Is that the gift you're receiving? And it's because you're a born entrepreneur is what I'm getting from this. You're a born entrepreneur. But you felt like you had to do otherwise, because you could possibly be the first within your bloodline. Look at that shit, yeah. Sudden wealth and community. 1139. The gift to connect with, some of you could be on social media here. You have the gift to connect with those that will allow you to step into this entrepreneurship. Let me see why this, why is occupation in reverse? Clarify occupation in reverse. Occupation in reverse for collective here. Occupation in reverse. Occupation in reverse. Thank you. Look at that. Toil and labor, expectation. This her back, she's not looking at it this way. She's over here with it. This could be for you too, divine masculine, like working from home type of thing, It's like the moment you have more confidence in what you're doing, the smoother the transition is going to be here for you. when you start to see that you don't have to work as hard but work smart to make it effortless, is when your abundance just comes in and you're hitting 777 every single day, because you're connecting with the energies that connect to your vibration. See, when you're in a lack mindset, you're going to attract more lack. And you got imprisonment here at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like this is only speaking about like anything that no longer serves you, no longer putting your hands on. You know what I'm saying? You no longer put your hands on it. And there goes that father energy. Concern, like why you keep, this could be a grandfather when I say father. $1123.88 could be significant, which would be a Scorpio Sag. Let me see. The cusp of the Centaur, Chiron energy. You're legit a healer. Even if you're not born on that day, you're definitely a healer though. We have thoughts here. What is this about? The official person. Okay. And you got marriage that came out first. There you go. This here courthouse energy. And we talked about the 23rd. I feel like whoever you're meeting next, you're passing you're going over that engagement stage. Like it's not even a thing. Courtship, followed by a message about the path. 2 cards came out, a gift, message of concern. Message of concern is the gift that you're going to be concerned about because it's something you're not used to. Better get your life. Because I'm getting this vibe where some of you are manifesting exactly what you're asking for. This ain't the time to be second guessing yourself and shit. This ain't it. This ain't top of that. If you're doing that, you still got work to do. Just keep it 100 with you. You know who you are, but you back up from that. Stop backing up from who you truly are. Yellow Sun, the power of universal fire, which is like a Queen of Wands, King of Wands energy. What's this? The zone of the enlightened one. You got the energy of the sun, ancient Kemet. Tell me, some of y'all roll you bloodlineness. It's coming through here. Pull 1 to 3 oracle cards because the solar eclipse, which is the next eclipse we have coming up in October. Libra, Scorpio energy. What is the message here for the collective? Talk to the beloved. Look at that. You got the Emperor again. Emperor again. I'm saying that because of the 30, 43, 39. 4 is the Emperor. Taking a leap of faith based on what your heart is telling you. It's a whole different ballgame. moving based on what your heart is telling you. That's moving based off your subconscious mind. So you're obviously tapped into the age of Aquarius, but what is in that subconscious mind? Okay, you got the Five of Wands. It's time for you to take authority when it comes to the challenges that prevent you from going towards what your gut is telling you to do. Page of Wands. For some of you, that means take that leap of faith and send that message. I don't know who you are. You got the Ace of Cups here. Look at that. Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So this is again that water spirit energy. That gift. Let me see. Let me get another deck. You got the Five of Swords with the Ace of Cups peeping, and what's that? The Two of Wands at a crossroads. At a crossroads with unconditional love. Does that even make sense to you? Why would you be at a crossroads with unconditional love? Why would you be at a crossroads with unconditional love? Well, possibly one aspect of it, you never experienced that. And proof that you haven't experienced that is that you enter situations where you're explaining your last situation. What's this? The Moon, explaining your last situation. And then you got the Chariot card at the bottom of the deck, which is represented by Cancerian energy, which speaks of the fourth house, your roots, the roots of your being. What is at the foundation of who you are being? What is at the foundation of you? What is in your heart, basically? First card out is the Emperor. Also connects to the heart chakra. You got the Three of Cups, Six of Cups, and deception. What is this of the past that's deceiving to you? You got the Queen of Wands. It's the same shit that's blocking you from actually stepping into your purpose. Seven of Wands, boundaries. Gonna have to set boundaries here. High Priestess comes out again. It's like you have so much information, so much esoteric and metaphysical knowledge that you got to choose wisely as to where you place yourself. That could be something you're not used to doing because you're so used to. It's the people pleasing. Some of you are people pleasers. And the only, you know why people please is because you know damn well that if you stop doing that, you're going to see the truth in people. But you're giving people a chance to prove themselves otherwise. That's how I see people pleasing. Look at that. You got the Destroyer. And you saw Kali come out yesterday. Cosmic Parents. The Destroyer for some of you is the Cosmic Parents. And this came out too. Toxic energy sent your way backfires. Yo, these are the cards that came out yesterday, the majority of them. Make sure you're connecting and having communications with and on purpose because your prayers have been heard and answered. So definitely make sure you're making connections with and on purpose, especially what you've asked for has been heard and answered so that you can actually build on it, which means you're being given the tools or resources to build what it is that you asked for. Surround yourself with those who keeps you at this level of enthusiasm of what you want to do. So therefore, you're going to have wisdom of your body. Therefore, that water spirit comes through. This could be a great moment for you to take your spiritual bath. So get by a body of water more often. See what animal spirit is coming through here. Four, 3, 4, 1, 4. What's the animal spirit here? Creativity, cooperation, and then the growth of your past, present, and future self are cooperating with you right now for this rebirth that you're experiencing at this time. In connection to your heart and your solar plexus. Like this ain't nothing to play with, y'all. In the sense of you're being given exactly what you asked for. And then you got the frog, so you got to let go of a lot of things that's no longer serving you, because a frog can't hold too much stuff, especially if you're embarking on this new journey or the early stages of a new love, unconditional love that you never experienced before, that you've been asking for. Look at this shit. Do you see this? The unicorn and the dolphin? Like, all right, this is what this looks like. Just to give an example. The best person that might actually live this example would be Russell Wilson. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure if he wasn't an NFL player, she would have known like that. However, that was his first dream or his first goal. He achieved that, and it aligned him with his actual celebrity crush or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this energy is over here saying. So the moment you tap into what your life purpose is, for some of you, this has a lot to do with the magical properties of water. So you can take a look at that also. What are some of the, if you're looking at it from a material standpoint, what are the career paths of the magical properties of water? I'm not sure if shit was going to pop up that way, but you can do your research on that like that. Okay, so stop deceiving yourself because of situations of the past that you felt were a wish fulfillment, but these were things that were just showing you what you're capable of and what you have to let go of. Okay, so you can move on past the deception, basically, or the hardships that you may have had. Healing from a frog. A sacrifice here. We got the lamb, also speaks of purity, but this is speaking your truth, your ancient truth. Speaking of career path and water energy, speaking your ancient truth. Some of you, that's like your next step to finalizing what you would feel is your healing process. And you got the buffalo. What is this? Grounded yet spiritual? Something like that. Let me see. I don't want to chalk that up, but the wheel. It opened up to the wheel. Desire to delve deeper, go ahead and do so, because it's going to bring you profound peace and ancient wisdom. Okay, you have ancient wisdom that you are desiring to delve deeper into. Go ahead and do so, because it's going to bring you profound peace. And if you don't have anyone to talk to, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you don't have anyone to speak to about these, the level of wisdom you hold within you, that you call ancient, that we consider ancient, that's your cue to be going live and speaking and saying what you have to say. Because you're going to actually pull in the collective that match your vibration. And that's going to allow you to do more. And then here's what you're doing. Now you're co-creating with the universe, because you're planting seeds with others, within the spirit of others, to go for their purpose or go for what their mission is. That's that whole thing about each one teach one. But if you're holding it to yourself, you're being a disservice to yourself and others, and the reason why you're even here. It says grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. So I love this. Bhakti. To bring it to balance, bhakti. And bhakti, I don't even want to go into that because that's going to have me searching. I don't feel like searching right now. Bad, I just don't. We got the panther. Okay. And then the owl. Trust what your heart is telling you. Your heart is leading you to your abundance. Your heart is definitely leading you to your abundance, but you have to be prepared to annihilate what no longer serves you here. Eclipse everything from your solar plexus. Do not be among those who give pledges. Be among those who become guarantors for debts. You are a lender. You are the lender, not the borrower. This is Proverbs 22:26, 22:26 to be significant. Your prayers have been answered, like I said, heard and answered. The honking came across again. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to make this message long. What is the advice for the collective moving forward? What is the advice for the collective moving forward? Whatever these self-sabotaging thoughts that you're having, now that would be Jupiter and Gemini. Let's look at this. Let me look at this with you. Okay. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Jupiter is Jupiter. You are bliss with an adventurous attitude and a knack for getting into advantageous situations. This is preparing you for when the North Node goes into Aries, the adventure. Though you don't necessarily look for money-making opportunities, these usually come to you through the many friends and contacts that you acquire. You could have a lot of Aquarius or 11th house placements. So you got to be mindful of who you surround yourself with, because they can either assist with your development, or they could be basically parasites in your life. Then we have you achieve best success in intellectual areas such as teaching, lecturing, diplomatic careers, and law. I feel like that got a lot more to do with universal law. You would also do well in the airline industry. And it speaks of Gemini as a sign of communication. And if Jupiter is in Gemini, you profit financially in ventures where communicating is prominent. Publishing, magazine writing, TV reporting, and commentating and acting. As a Jupiter and Gemini person, you are versatile and clever. Now, you don't have to have this placement. This could be something that you want to do, and this is your message, period. Okay? And often you make a name for yourself in more than one profession. So you could be that type of person that has so many different ideas and abilities, and you do each and every one of them, and then you are surrounded by people who ask you, what is it that you really want to do? Please do not shortchange yourself and feeling like you're supposed to just be doing one thing, because that ain't true. Remember that. Because the moment you start to dive deep into just doing one thing, you start to lose yourself, especially if you got a Jupiter Gemini. All right, so, or Jupiter in the third house too. A change in vocation at one point in your life is almost certain. Now, with the Jupiter in the third house, it would mean when it comes to your expansion and integrating your life path, it would have to do with the area of your life that comes with communicating with others. So it says here, change in vocation at one point in your life is almost certain. Your luckiest times of the year are when the sun is in the signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So we are approaching that shortly. Get your ass ready. Stop playing with your life. Okay, let me continue. Hola, mi amor. Tell me more. You got the Four of Swords. This is Jupiter and Libra. What's with the Jupiter? You better come up with a strategy. All right, Jupiter and Libra, here we go. He's right here. Jupiter and Libra. In this sign, okay, it bestows a magnetic and charming personality. So when it comes to your partner, because we did get 7th house earlier, you got to make sure, especially with the 10th house coming out first, you're about to be gifted with ideas that's going to take you to the next level. So you got to make sure you have a partner that's prepared for that type of part of your life, where they're not going to feel insecure about the energies that you have around you. Okay. It says here, preparation means opportunity, but it says luck. Luck comes to you through your artistic talents and your eye for beauty and harmony. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna be around a lot of beautiful and handsome people. So if you got Jupiter and Libra, you better make sure you have a partner that is secure within themselves. Because the reason why you're more than likely unsuccessful is because you got somebody insecure around you. Many of you are talented musicians. You see that shit? Musicians, musicians, painters, interior decorators, fashion designers, and art collectors. Shitting me? You have a knack for getting your talent on display and winning friends in high places. You like to entertain, and many of your allies are one in the relaxed and genial atmosphere you are able to create. More than natives of any other Jupiter position, you benefit from marriage. If you got Jupiter in Libra, you're going to benefit from marriage. But if you're with somebody who's insecure, you put yourself in a space to be shit out of luck, okay? Okay. Let's continue. Marriage often brings social position and wealth, and sometimes an entree into the business world. Jupiter Librans are most successful in partnerships. You should never start a business completely on your own. And it also says your finely balanced reason and impartiality would make you an excellent judge, lawyer, or diplomat. Your luckiest times of the year are when the sun is in the signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Jupiter and Libra, because you got two Jupiter energies coming out here. So, some of you who feeling oppressed by people around you is because you got people around you that don't want you to succeed because they're insecure with themselves. Stop playing. Stop playing. Be the king of swords. This is Aquarius. You got Gemini that came out Libra, and then the head honcho of this entire energy is in Aquarius wives. And this is the age of it. So get your life. Okay, let me go to it. Let me go. One more card. I see why the water spirit came out. Be like water. I'm gonna read that to you too. You got the Five of Pentacles. This is Mercury. Wow. Mercury and Taurus at a crossroads. Let me get one more here. The Empress, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, more Gemini energy, and then you got the Sagittarius energy with the Eight of Wands, Virgo, Taurus, Libra right here. So there's this communication you've been waiting for a long time here that's coming in. Slow and steady. This is Venus and Virgo, so you're only going to receive communication from which is in alignment to unconditional love within you, even if that's not something you're prepared for. So for some of you 47 who want love in your life, but you're not connected to unconditional love, it's going to take longer. And it's going to seem like a very daunting experience while Venus is in Virgo to the 29th. Something like that. So focus on your core values. Focus on your core values, because what you value is going to allow you to head up, okay? Shoulders back, spine straight. Well, not straight because you do have a curvature in your spine for a reason. But standing in a position of authority. They want you to stand in a position of authority here. Because this is about you right now. For the universe to align you with what is within you outside of you. That's why it's going to feel like a gift. Patience. It's like the moment you let go of everything that you've been holding on to would be that exact moment that everything you've been waiting on impatiently comes right through. It's like the moment you forget about it, it comes in. Now, okay? Speaking of the water spirit doesn't want you to be surprised. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of you, when you're over expecting something, you truly don't trust yourself to receive it. So get centered to the point where you know, okay, let me let the universe do what it do and align the pieces the way it has to align it so that it can come in. Then it comes in a way that is beyond my expectations. There goes the hawking again. Okay. But yes, y'all, that is y'all message. I love you. I may be back later, like I tell y'all. Not all the time, but you already know the vibes. I will see you on the next live.